Hello, my name is Bridget. We are on day 16 of the Gratitude Challenge. We are talking about my book, Every Day is a Gift. And on day 16 in the book, I talk about a few years ago, my husband and I had gone out of town. We were on a trip. This was actually the last day of our trip, and we were on our way home. And for some reason, my husband decided that he wanted to go hiking, even though we were on our way home. So he handed me the atlas. This was before we had a GPS, and he handed me the atlas and he asked me to try to find a nearby place that we could go hiking. And so I did find a mountain, and I was directing him on which way to go, but then he just started making random turns. And I got nervous. I just knew we were going to get lost. But he did find his way to a state park. When we got there, we found that there were a lot of hiking trails, so we didn't know which one to choose from. So we went into the ranger station to ask the ranger which trail might be a good trail. But the ranger was busy talking to somebody else, so we finally left the ranger station and just picked one of the trails that was near to where we parked our car. When we went up the trail, we passed by a man. My husband's always very friendly, so he spoke to the man briefly. We kept going on up the trail. We got to the top of the mountain, and there was a beautiful view. It was just gorgeous. We could see so far from the top of that trail. But we didn't stay long. For some reason, we just felt like, we should get going. So we went back down the trail, and we saw the same man again. But this time he was lying on a bench with his cooler bag under his head as a pillow. So we stopped and we asked him if he was okay. And we were shocked when this man started speaking, because he said that he had actually gone to the top of the mountain to end his life that day. So my husband and I just looked at each other at first, because we were in such shock, but then we started speaking to him, and we told him that God wouldn't want him to do that, and that his friends wouldn't want him to do that. And he told us that he didn't have any friends, and he told us that he didn't believe in God. But we tried to explain to him that God believed in him even if he didn't believe in God. And we told him that God had led us to him that day, and the man seemed to listen to what we said. So we spoke to him for a few more minutes, and then we went back down the trail. As soon as we were out of earshot, we tried to run as fast as we could to the ranger station again, and we told the rangers what had happened, and they thanked us, and they immediately went up the trail to go speak to the man. And we really believe that day God had directed us there, because nothing had gone according to plan that day. We were on our way home. It hadn't been our plan to stop and go hiking that day. We randomly found this state park. We randomly picked which trail we should go on. So we really feel like that God had ordained our steps that day, and so we hope and we pray that our words may have left an impact on that man. But what I wanted you to get out of this story is that when we learn to live with our arms wide open, God will take our hand and guide our steps, and we will discover that His plan was so much greater than ours.